So then now we'll move on to our third topic that will be presented by Romain, and it will be about how to fill in your application form.
Thank you, Kathleen. Good morning, everyone. So how to fill in your application form? Okay, there's a difference between the two. Okay, so I'm going to start with the beginning, how we structure your application form. As you can see on the screen, your application form is composed of 8 parts, or H parts. And here, first thing to see is that you will have a dedicated part on the project summary, dedicated part on the partnership and on the project description. So this was already described before. In this presentation, I'm going to focus more on the part D, the work plan. The project budget and the sources of partners' contributions will be further elaborated in the next online Q&A session dedicated to finance. And finally, I will go into detail on the risk management and the confirmation sheet. So taking a zoom on this section D, the work plan, this is really where you are going to get into the machine of your project, really designing your work package, whether they are horizontal or thematic, and how to better understand this difference between horizontal and thematic work package. I would like you to pay close attention to these project phases. So we have already discussed about the overall intervention logic. And concretely speaking, when breaking down into work packages, this is how your project is going to be implemented through its lifetime. So right now we are at the very bottom of at the left of the graphic with the project preparation, and then once the projects are selected, you will enter an initiation phase, which is different from the implementation phase. I will come back to that in a moment when describing this work package, but the main idea for you to understand is that it's a phase where you do not start the development of your innovative solution. It's really for you to take the time to make sure that your project is ready and ready to start. Then you will have in the center of this graph the implementation phase, which lasts for 3.5 years. And you have these 3 horizontal work packages in green: work package management, work package monitoring and evaluation, and work package communication and capitalization, which are open during the entire implementation phase for you to really cover these aspects during the entire lifetime of the project. Thematic work packages in blue will be open during 3 years, but there is this gap of 6 months at the end, during which the thematic work packages, where really the innovative solutions will be developed, are closed, and you still have work packages open, really to focus on the management, on the communication, etc. And finally, the work package transfer. So you can see on the left that there is this hatched area, because this work package needs to start at least 1 year after the beginning of the implementation start date, but it can actually start sooner if you are already ready for this. And on the other hand, it lasts until the very end of the implementation date with the other horizontal work packages. And finally, you have 3 months for the administrative closure. So this is at the moment where all work packages are closed, and really to focus on the last responsibilities that you will have toward the initiative. Now to take a deep dive into each work package and how they are going to appear on your application form. First, the work package preparation and initiation phase. So at the application form, this is actually something very easy for you because it's a read-only work package. There is nothing to be done to prepare for your application form. Why is it still important for you to pay attention to it? Because it's really for you to understand that this initiation phase is the moment where activities are actually going to take place for the MUA. Especially, for instance, regarding the readiness check or the ex-ante audit. So the goal really of this work package is to make sure that everything is ready before the implementation of the project starts. So nothing to be done at the application form, but please also be aware of these activities because they do not need to be included in the other work packages in your application form. The first horizontal work package is the work package management. So as I was saying, this work package will be open during 3.5 years. And so when you will see this work package on your application form online, you will see that it has 5 predefined activities. 5 predefined activities that you can see on the screen. It means basically that you have the titles already on the screen, but you will have to adapt this activity and really explain how your project is going to address these activities. You will have the possibility to add the deliverables in each of these activities to really tailor it to the needs of your project. And you have the possibility to add one additional activity. So in this work package management, for instance, there is this activity related to project coordination and internal communication. We were speaking before about how many partners should be involved in the partnership. Well, if you have, I don't know, 7 partners, you need in this activity to really describe how those partners are going to be involved, what will be the structure that will be really put in place in order to make sure that you are able to increase the control on the partnership during the entire implementation phase. And finally, one additional activity. So this is something that I'm going to go back to in the other thematic work packages. These additional activities are really for you to have the opportunity to adapt the uniqueness of your project to our application form. So, for instance, if you have a large number of stakeholders that needs to be involved in the implementation phase, it can be, for instance, an additional activity to set up a specific structure for these stakeholders to be better represented in the management. Second horizontal work package, the monitoring and evaluation. As it was said before, the initiative aims to be, in a sense, the urban lab of Europe. So this monitoring and evaluation work package is where you are going really to take a closer look to how well is progressing your project during its implementation. So here you will have 4 predefined activities and the possibility to add one additional activity. Pay attention to this work package. It is open during the entire duration of the implementation phase, but do not start the data collection at the very end. You need really in this work package to be able to show how all along the implementation phase you are going to monitor the data, to collect the data, and how it is going actually to come back in a way to the implementation, how you can adapt from the data that you are collecting and the lessons that you are learning from your project. Third horizontal work package, the communication and capitalization work package. So when you will see this work package on the EEP, you will see that it has a specific structure than the other horizontal work package. Why? Because there will be 2 additional boxes in order for you to really identify your target groups and the communication objectives. So these are 2 specific things that you will have to do when designing this work package. In terms of activities, there will be 4 predefined activities. So kickoff communication at the beginning, final closing and dissemination activity at the end, and in between 2 predefined activities for the promotion and informational activities and capitalization and dissemination. Here in this work package, you have the possibility to add 2 additional activities, and it's really important for you to understand that we want you to be better able to tailor this work package communication and capitalization to the specific needs of your project. Your project is going to be implemented at the local scale, but we also want you to have a wider diffusion of the results at the EU scale. So please take this into consideration when designing your activities and when including additional activities into your project. Next, the thematic work packages. As I was saying, this is really where the proposed innovative solution will be carried out. So you will have the possibility to add up to 4 thematic work packages, and each work package should be corresponding to the main pillars of the project. As I was saying, these thematic work packages, their maximum duration will be 3 years, but you are actually free to set up the start date and the end date. What it is for you to understand is that we do not expect you to make all the thematic work packages last for 3 years. You are really free to make a breakdown of these work packages when they are the most appropriate and where the activities are actually going to take place. Each work package must include at least 1 output, and when you will add an output, it will open a specific section in the application form for you to describe it. You will have the possibility to add in each thematic work package 5 activities and up to 3 deliverables per activity. Finally, it's in the thematic work package that you will have the possibility to include the investment. So when you add an investment to a work package, it will open a specific box where you will have all the opportunity for you to describe exactly how relevant is your investment compared to the objective of your project. Why do you need this investment to take place? Who it will benefit to, etc. The budget that will be dedicated to it, etc. So it's the investment are included into the work package, and you are really expected to link the activities to precisely describe how the investment is going to be carried out. The transfer work package, so in this case, it's also a specific work package because at the application stage, you only have the concept and the framework of the transfer work package that you can edit. This is because, and Kathleen is going to come back to it in a moment when describing the transfer component, because we actually want you to rework on this work package during the initiation phase once the transfer partners will be selected. So at the application form, at the application stage, all you have to do is complete the concept and the framework, and here it's important really to make connection between this work package and the main outputs that will be delivered in the other thematic work package, and really making the link about what concretely will be transferred in your project. Finally, in the work plan, the closure work package. So here it's the same as the initiation phase work package. At the application phase, it's on read only. But it's important for you to understand that this work package is really dedicated to the last reporting for the EUI. For the European Urban Initiative, so for instance, for your final annual progress report, for the final financial claim. So same as the initiation phase, nothing to do at the application phase, but please be aware that you will have these responsibilities in this work package. Once you will have your work plan ready, there is the section G about risk management. So you will see on the EEP that this risk management section already includes a set of predefined risks. So these predefined risks, they are risks that we know will happen in any innovative project. What you have to do is really adapt these risks to your project and explain us how you are aware about the probability that this risk may occur. And what is more important for us is what are your mitigation actions that you have already prepared in case the risk occur. So it's really important for you to be clear about the risk of your project and show us that you are aware of which risk could occur and how you are already prepared in case they happen, because this is really what we are going to evaluate in this risk section. It's also very important for you to make connections with the investment, with the overall work plan implementation. So don't hesitate in this section to make clear references to the work plan, to the activities, or to the work packages. And the last part of the application form will be the confirmation sheet. So the confirmation sheet is a document available on the electronic exchange platform. All you have to do is to download it. The main urban authority should sign it, so it can be also signed electronically. And you should not be modifying the content of the confirmation sheet. When it is downloaded, you can sign it and upload it back to the platform, and only then you will be able to submit finally your application form. Just a few tips for the applicants. When it comes to the project design, remember to have a simple and clear drafting style. You will see that in the application form there are characters for each boxes, so do not see the limit as something that you must reach at any cost, but also think about this number of characters is also a good indication of the level of details that we expect from you in the activities or in the deliverable. Make sure to ensure a logic chain between the work plan elements and include cross-references for a better understanding of the project intervention logic. If in your work package communication there is an activity related to the organization of an event that is also going to be supporting the development of the innovative solution, make sure in the two activities, in the two work packages, to make cross-references to show that this overall work plan that you have built is actually something very well designed, and show us that. Please make sure that the activities are decomposed into intermediary steps. So as I was saying, you can add 3 deliverables for each activity. And especially if you have activities that are lasting for a long period, lasting for more than a year or any period, make sure to have intermediary deliverables that will show us that you have some ways to ensure the control all over the development of this activity. And very important, the need for the investments to reach the project objectives and to deliver the solutions must be demonstrated and well detailed. So as I was saying, you will have these specific boxes for investment where you will have the opportunity to fully describe how they are integrated into your work plan. When it comes to the time plan, pay attention to the logical time sequence. As I was saying, for the thematic work packages, and for the activities in these work packages, you are free to set up the start date and the end date. So make sure that it is actually well logically sequenced. Make sure to include contingency periods, and especially for the investments. Include intermediary dates. That's what I've already asked from you in the deliverables. Make sure to have sufficiently anticipated the time for the procedure when it comes to permits, when it comes to procurement. And remember to foresee sufficient time for the operation of the solution, for the data collection and the evaluation of the solution. Regarding the partners and the stakeholders, one thing very important is to make sure that at the level of each activity, at the level of each output, and at the level of each deliverables, to really mention which partner will be responsible and which partner will be involved. So, for instance, if an activity you just mentioned that all partners are involved, it's not very useful for us. What is very important is for you to say who is leading, which partner are involved, and how they will be involved. If you plan to involve stakeholders in your activities, for instance, stakeholders that have been identified in the part C, the description, it's important for you to mention these stakeholders already in your work plan, because it will show us that you are aware of the work that will be done by these stakeholders, and it shows us your readiness. Finally, some technical aspects, so pay attention to the info bubbles when filling your application form. Every time there is a box, there is an info bubble telling you what to do and how to do it, so please pay attention to this. When filling your application form, remember to save from time to time. And finally, you are free to add one annex to your application form. This can only be done once you have already fully submitted your application form. So once all the sections are completed and your confirmation sheet is uploaded and you have submitted, only then you will be able to upload your annex. And this concludes this presentation about the application form. So happy to take your question now.
Thank you, Romain. A couple of questions popped up during your presentation. So the first group of questions is around everything that's related to investments. So perhaps, Kathleen, one of the first questions that we can cover is, what do we consider as an investment? And along these lines, I would also like you to clarify if the preparation of the technical part of the project, so the preparation of the investment, can it be included within the project, or is it a separate part of the project that's only funded by the initiative? And then also, if you could clarify how EUI funding of one investment could possibly fit in with other EU funding or other EU projects that the city might have going on at the same time.
Okay, thanks. That's indeed interesting questions related to the investment. So what do we consider as an investment? It's an output that is going to continue to be used beyond the end of the project. It can be an important piece of equipment. It can be an infrastructure. It can also be a knee infrastructure, so like something digital. So the definition is quite large. Regarding the question on cost for preparation and implementation of this investment, yes, both can be eligible within your EUI project. We would strongly recommend also that when developing your investment, you take into account participatory and citizens' opinion and participatory approaches into designing your infrastructure or your investment. And regarding the question on the funding sources, it is possible that, and we understand that cities are often applying to different funding sources. This is possible. You just cannot fund the same activity, the same output with two similar funds. Like, we cannot allow double financing of project, of course.
Thank you, Kathleen. Perhaps going around back to a couple of questions that we had earlier from this morning and how to relate them to the building of the work plan and of the application form regarding the co-financing and the role of the partners. Agnieszka, if I may. So we had a question on whether the 80% of co-financing was valid for every partner. And also a second question on if we could clarify the role of an associated urban authority and how this works into the work plan.
Thank you for the question. Indeed, 80% of co-financing is valid for every partner. We will have a separate session soon on 17th of July related to financial aspects of project implementation. So I will not spend too much time on this, but I think it's maybe important just to stress that co-financing at the level of the project is 80%. 20% must be your own contribution. It can be financial, it can be in kind, and it's basically up to the partnership a bit to decide how you will do this contribution. So it can be equal per partner, or you can go for any other negotiated scenario, even one partner just bringing in total own contribution for the whole partnership. But in principle, at the level of the partnership, it's 80% us co-financing, 20% own contribution, and that also applies to transfer partners. Second question was regarding the role of associated urban authorities. So in principle, if you're bringing associated urban authority, it means that you're coming with another city that is sharing same challenges and same idea how to address these challenges or this particular challenge. So it means that 2 cities or 3 cities, we don't really have a limit here, but again, be reasonable. If you're coming with, a group of 10 cities, then that might be a bit tricky to justify that it's a one shared project, and be able to implement innovative solution in a relatively short period of time. But the role of associated urban authority is that you work together with, as a main urban authority, you work together with another city on this particular innovative solution. And also, please pay attention to the fact that we can't we need to see that your innovative solution is a whole. It's a one idea. These are not just 2 projects developed a bit in parallel in 2 cities that just decided to submit a project proposal together. We need to see that it's one project, and it's reasonable that more cities are coming with this proposal. There was also maybe it's worth mentioning that. One urban authority can only participate or submit or participate in one project proposal. So you can't be, for example, a transfer partner in one project and the main urban authority or associated urban authority in another project. So you need to decide if you go for submitting a project or you would like to be a transfer partner. Basically, at the application stage, you can try to talk with other cities, propose being a transfer partners, and also submit your project. But once we will be selecting your project, we will ask you to resign from, for example, being a transfer city. But you can't submit as an urban authority 2 project proposals. You only can submit 1. This is, though, not a rule for delivery partners. Delivery partners can take part in more than 1 project proposal.
Thank you, Agnieszka. I guess that concludes our section on questions and answers on the work plan and application form. So I'll leave it up to the next presentation.